Welcome back to the Due Process League Winter Open numero dos, number 2. I am Mr. Donut. I am here with the lovely, the only British child in existence. Tetra, how you doing?
Thank you. Okay, I'm glad you recognise that, and that I am the only British child in existence. Jet and
Yes.
Photon don't exist.
Yeah,
You've clarified
Britain
that now.
just isn't a country.
No, it is a country.
It's a figment of our imaginations. But enough smack talk aside. We're getting into the third place decided match, the bronze match versus Danger Doodles with Daigore, Adaxi, Baker, Foom, Marbles versus Yaokuza of Flogel, Tommy, Ghetto, Photon, and Coop. This is going to be an interesting one. Tetra, break it down for me. Who do you think's going to take it out? What are your thoughts going into this match?
Well, we have, the normal setup for Yaokuza. We have, Logel, great captain. I believe he is IGL for them. You've got Ghetto, who although has had some issues in the DPL community, is very good at the game, surprisingly. And
Oh, Ghetto's like an absolute king.
he is
He
nuts.
really gave them rounds
Yeah,
on when playing against GB, and I think that he coming into this match, he's definitely going to need to be, the linchpin in the Yakuza side if they want to get anywhere. But
yeah, 100%.
we are really looking now as we kind of load into this map. We kind of loading in, I mean, like, what about on the other side, Danger Duels? What are your thoughts on them? How do you think they're gonna have to take this?
Well, I don't know. Marbles. We've got some technical issues with Marbles. He is currently running on a laptop at work, so this could be an issue on Danger to decide. But we'll see. We'll see if they're able to do something with it. But it seems like it's going to be in Yakuza's favor.
Getting into this Blood Warrior Z store, I mean, I think we're gonna see something pretty interesting. When I mean pretty interesting, I mean basic as anything, and that is the C Store Storefront Blast. For those who don't know, the C Store Storefront Blast is probably the most used tactic in the
Definitely.
game, if not on this map. You take a wall charge, you slap it on those shutters in C Store, and you burst your way through. And I mean, that's what you want to do here. You see that we have the bomb in the back fridges. And if you're able to blow this C-store shutter, you can immediately gain access and start taking down on these sight lines, You can see from basically everywhere. And I really do think that marbles on the Saber is going to have to be vital in this situation. We are looking now at this as I think as Yakuza, they did have some tough rounds where they played more one-on-one, very individual. And I feel like if they can win this if they play individual. I think, besides Daya and Foom, I think everyone on Yakuza is just a better player. But if we see Danger Duels play a lot more, and as they're starting to shoot out this green door, we could see something completely different.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm gonna say Yakuza is got this game in the bag, but we'll see. We've got Marbles outside with the Saber. The wall charge comes out, and Dyer seems to be spraying down Dot in Freezer. We've got the green push coming with a Daxi.
Go in, Tommy with the wall bang.
Yeah, Tommy's pushing up with the Gruber here. A great molly there from, I believe that was Ghetto with the knack at the back of Storefront. Dyer once again shooting at Dot, who is in Freezer. They're sharing a bit of damage here and there. Adaxi has shotgunned open that office door and is sort of pushing back. I believe they're going to go for a freezer push here. Tommy, great molly there onto Adaxi. Adaxi taking a bit of HP there, and they've pushed in Flogel with wall bangs through bathroom. Baker pushing through the barb. Is Ghetto able to do anything here? He's not. And Baker takes him, but Tommy is able to trade. Tommy, in a 1v2 situation, Freezer goes down to Adaxi. And Flogel's in a wallbang fight with this door against Dyer. Oh yeah, Dot just took out Adaxi because it's Adaxi, and we see him take out another. He's on a 2-piece here. Will he get the third on Dyer? Marbles is sort of letting Dyer die here. He's pushing finally into Freezer. Oh, but Dyer's pinned here. Photon has the knowledge, the info that he is in storefront from Tellers. And Dyer's pushing onto bomb. Dot, with the warbangs through, is able to trade with Dyer, but Marbles takes him out. Marbles on Saber with Bomb. On Bomb with Saber, sorry. And he, I believe, yeah, he's going to be kicking the red door and rotating out, saving Saber and Clacker.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that was just, they were really slow here. We did see Tommy play a bit more individually, but, the constant stalling that happened in office, the fact that there was just this stagnation that came out of the attack really did affect Danger Doodles. And I mean, come on, you really can't be listening to Daxi if this is the plan and he's like, do this and this. This is not going to show up for the side of Danger Doodles. Love him, though. But I will say, it was a bit tough round one. I think that we're really going. I mean, Marbles saving the Saber, though, is very vital. Like, Tetra, have you ever, just been in like a 1v3 and you have the Saber and you're like, I got this. This is easy. I have the Saber.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
That gun's insane. It's so good. And I mean, it's a vital part of Danger Tool's strategy. Having the long range and being able to really just attack from all angles, and so I'm not worried about the long range capabilities. I'm more worried about, can they speed it up? Can they be a bit more fast? Can they kind of push as a team? Because if they start to take these one-on-one fights, they're going to get beat. And so they really need to just push as kind of a complete unit and be fast and aggressive against a Yakuza squad that has a really solid defense coming into this. But as we get into Operation Abbott's Sword, I mean, we see the fact that there is this idea of, hitting Beach and having the castle play so they can start peppering. I think that when you hit Beach, you really do want to have the castle play be a bit late, delayed by a few seconds, so any players right here can get hit, as well as any players sitting on these can immediately back off, allowing the base players to advance. I think that this pit play is pretty, solid in the sense, but if Flogel is sitting here by himself with a Barber and Molly, he's going to need, to be just throw that Molly down, get some pot shots, and run away. I've said earlier that the issue is that there really isn't this teamwork coming out of Yakuza, and I think they desperately need it. So having two players in Castle playing off each other, having a player in jungle back bombs and being able to support whoever is needed, and if Flogel is able to back off, by playing with it and play with his team, this should be an easy win for the defenders, even though it is a pretty long dome.
Yeah, it's an incredibly long dome. The angles are massive here. And we see Ghetto bring out that morp just to sort of signify the long angles, and hopefully we'll see him get a couple of shots and kills with that. But a lot of kicking going on at Castle as well, but we see the attackers pushing, going a 2-3 split onto Beach and Castle. Darren Baker heading Castle, and Marvel's already pushing up with the smoke on Beach. He's sort of just looking through the pillboxes at Beach with the Saber, just trying to see anyone. Goes for a pot shot, I believe, into grass, and we see a Daxi, Baker, and Dyer all blocked off by the Molly. Dots here with a lovely Molly there actually, and he's got that barb to help him. Does get a crack on him, but he's able to take out a Daxi. Boom and Marbles still just sat on Beach. They need to help out Baker and Dyer, but Baker takes him out. No need. Coop goes down to Baker, and it's a 4v4 here. Flogel on pit with a Molly, waiting for Foom to push in. And he gets the Molly off. Great. Flogel, though, aims to take out Foom. Baker and Photon on the castle barracks, trying to have a fight through them. Ghetto, though, with the morp. He's just trying to see if one will peek. And if one does, he'll hit their head. For sure. But it's all gone quiet on Dome. Marbles shift walking up through base. But there's some shots ringing out. Tommy with the Igma. That castle door is open. Diane desperately needs to nade that barb in order to...
Why are they so slow?
Succeed.
They're being so slow. They're allowing them to set up. Flogel can flank at any moment.
Yeah, Flogel on
They have
pit.
20 seconds. They haven't touched on yet. Oh no.
Oh, this is looking bad. And 2 go down. It's up to Marbles with the Saber. Oh, and he's starting to defuse 11%. And he's getting shot from several angles, though. He's able to take out one. Tommy, though, with the Igmar, and Photon from behind is able to take him out with the Gruber, making it 2-0 to
Yeah, that was just, it
Yakuza.
was a pretty decent entry into the castle. But after you have castle, you set up marbles on these barracks and you just cover him and you can run out and just start getting kills. But they didn't do that. They were
Yeah.
super slow approaching. After they knew someone was in pit, it's like, all right, have marbles put up on these battlements and just say, hey, watch these 2 points in time and then just flash below go. And they didn't do that. And that really did affect them. As you saw that now you have to rush with Baker and Dye basically running into the fire, and then Marbles just having to try to clutch. And at that point, that round was over.
Yeah.
So I really think they need to speed it up. And after losing, the Saber, this could be very tough coming into the third map.
Yeah. You know, honestly, that seemed a lot on the beach play there to work. Sort of just sat there until Marbles decided to shift walk up beach. But we're on factory now.
Yeah, I mean, as we're kind of looking at this Operation Jackal Fury, we see that the walkways. I love these, and Revenant, yesterday was talking about these power positions, and I hope I don't butcher them. I'm saying, but I think a really good position here. You really this corner in the walkway allows you to kind of just shut down really two smart angles, and you can dance around the silo, dance around dock, and really just allow a lot of access to. But as well as just this, the office and storage hole being able to swing very easily is very nice. And so, if I'm the attacking team, I've been saying, you need to be fast, you need to speed up. And they have access to a charge, I believe. And so, if, I'm this side of Danger Doodles, I'm like, we got to go fast. I think I would go office. You hit office, you can use the windows to your advantage, either smoking, flashing, whatever. And then just after you hit that office, you split push, you force these players out, you're able to hit office, and you're able to just now start having so many options. And so that is an idea of a plan. The question is, can the execution be fast enough to stop the basically really well, like now I would say, cohesive unit that Yakuza is? You have Ghetto playing very well. You have Flogel, Coop all hitting the shots and just getting the damage they need to be in. And then two really it factors in Tommy and Photon, which can just, at any point in time, pull 2, 3 kills out of nowhere. And so if I'm the side of Digital's Marbles, though, could be peaked, but he doesn't take anything. And Flogel not taking that shot through the
You
window.
see Tommy, I think Pudding just shot out of nowhere. I don't know. He's got the KR82M though. We see the office take coming out, and the door charge goes out. Adaxifu and Baker are all on that office side, where Marbles and Dye are already pushed in to storage. What would they do here? It's quite a hard position there. I believe they need a barb there. And Marbles kicks the door to that walkway. They're pushing in. Some damage is coming out from Ghetto, I believe, the warbangs. That might have been Tommy. Oh, but Coop is able to take out Marbles. I'm pretty late to that, to be honest. Baker taking out Coop in the same area. I believe that was a takedown from both Ghetto and Coop there on Marbles. The Morp shot and Coop able to finish him off. Fumin in office against Tommy and Photon. The smoke comes out though onto walkways. And Dax is able to take out Flogels at the back of walkways. Tommy, Ghetto. Trying to fight off three attackers here. Foom is also pushing Photon. Great molly there. Foom dies to the molly. And it's down to Ghetto and Tommy. Ghetto able to take out Dyer. What is Dyer doing there? It's a 3v2 now. Adaxi able to take out Ghetto. And Baker just needs to get on the defuse. 78, 80%, 90%, 100%, and they take the round.
They take that round. Photon getting 3 kills, but for not. I will say, though, that, Adaxi and Baker just started winning fights. Like, Flogel and Ghetto just being completely hit really, really hard. And not having any support from the other two did really affect them. I think if they had that swing, and able just to bring a lot of pressure onto the walkways up north, we could have seen something a lot different. I will say this, though, there was a lot of strength in the initial defense. You had Coop getting his kill, and then just him being greedy and running to green door and getting shot in the back. The two, just a 2-on-2 that was a bit more tough. That could have been a 3, even a 4-on-2 with some support. So it was a bit, more individual from the defense. And I think that we might change, this entire thing might change coming to the attack. I think Yakuza is a very strong attack team. And, with the ability to go storefront, with the threat that Green Door is into the freezer area, Ghetto already drawing lines to arcade, he can gain access to bomb. There's a lot of options for the side of the attacking team of Yakuza. And we do see some initial defenses, for the storefront, for the green door, and for this bathroom. And so if this breach comes out, which is most likely, and the split push, they pinch the office player if there's any. And so the freezer player now has to probably play by himself, there may be one back fridges, one in tellers, and you're really asking for a tough ask. So I think that, with enough pressure, with enough timing that is correct, hitting this freezer, hitting the back fridges, and making sure that Teller doesn't completely obliterate them, Yakuza should, it's basically a cakewalk at this point. Even though Marbles is taking the auto shotty, which I guess he could be doing some swinging stuff onto office, or maybe even in freezer, but that's a bit of a tough ask if you say so myself.
Yeah, it's whether or not this defense is sound or not. We've seen a lot of teams, play well off of each other, and honestly, Danger Doodles, I believe, has the capability to play off each other very well. But it's whether or not they'll do this here now, or if they'll just wait a couple more rounds until they actually do something. We see Yakuza sort of relaxing in the truck for a bit. They know they've got the round down. They're just relaxing. They're bringing the wall charge though. Tommy with it. And the clacker. We see some wall bangs coming out from a Daxi on the green door. Tommy placing the wall charge. The wall charge goes out. They're already pushing in. Dyer with some wall bangs through bathroom. Tommy pushing up to Dyer's position. Coop here, pushing into freezer. Is he able to take out Daxi? No, but Photon is pushing him as well. Photon, take him out. The assist from oh my gosh, and Photon's going for a third. He isn't able to get the third though. He's able to get Baker in the process. And Marbles has the auto shotgun in the back of Arcade. It's a 4v3 here. Yakuza really have the ground advantage, I'd say. A flash goes into Teller. Ghetto, is he able to push it? I don't believe they have shotgunned it open yet. The molly goes out. Dyer, is he stuck? Is he taking damage? I believe he's okay from that molly position. Ghetto, just checking out Flogel. Pushing Marbles. Marbles taking him out. Dyer. Boom, with the wall bangs through storage onto the bomb. And he's able to take out Coop. And he takes out Tommy as well. Marbles taking out Ghetto, and that's the round for Danger Doodles.
Hot dang, I mean, just the stack up inside the arcade doorway, and I mean, you just using that auto shotty to its fullest effect. That flash wasn't there. It really wasn't being able to just completely shut them down. And I mean, we saw that Marbles using the auto shot to its fullest advantage, and just really kind of showing why it's a power weapon. You put Marbles in a power position with a power weapon, he's going to get kills. I mean, we're looking now at this from the side of Yakuza. Now they've lost 2 rounds in a row. They're on this back foot coming into the dome. And as in the attacking team on dome, you have a lot of options, which could really choke you up. And so I think if Yakuza is continuing this individual play that we have seen kind of leak out from yesterday and today, this could really affect them. I think that, this castle play that probably might come out is strong, but if they get tied up, if they don't have this ability to, communicate and play off the saber and just start being really fast, and pinching the defense, we're really going to see some struggles coming up but the defense, they have the pretty standard barb setups, barb in those choke points, have the player in pit being able to play off of them. And so I think, with this player in pit, if you're able to just hit the guy in castle, if any, and then just completely push back the players who might be ratting in this area, we might see, this fast play really hit the defense hard. They'll force back into these corners, and at that point, you can just flash him and push him and get the kills. So we are really looking at the Saber player to do a lot. We're really looking at this Castle team to be fast and effective. Speed is the name of the game. And if they're not able to play this game, then why even try?
Yeah. I mean, we saw it last round. We saw that sound defense that I was talking about. Right at the end, they had Foom just playing for the counter of marbles. There was no way they really could have got to bomb. And it's whether or not we'll see that again on the dome. We see Marble with the Morp. He's taken both power weapons so far. We'll see what he can do with the Morp and see if he can do the same as he did with the Auto. Well, we've got some very default barb placements, like you were saying, Donut, before. We've got the Pit Barb and we've got the Castle Barb. Two good barbs, but it's whether or not they're able to play off them correctly or not.
Yeah, I mean, this double castle may be in jeopardy as we see as this charge goes out. The first Molly hits it, and so now Daxi is pushed out. This beach play is going to be vital.
Oh, but Marbles with the Morp shot tags Ghetto. And Adaxi is trapped in that corner of Castle. He's basically stuck there as Ghetto's holding us the angle of him. He cannot leave. And they just have to have one person go push him. Oh, Ghetto taking shots onto Dyer. Dyer, the same HP as Ghetto here. Behind that bomb position. And they've done what Danger Doodles haven't. They've taken control of Castle, but they're once again just standing still. Adaxi taking out Tommy, though. There goes the fast part of the round. Coop, oh, he's able to take out Adaxi here. Oh, but no, Adaxi's able to take out two. That is not what you want to see. Adaxi getting kills is definitely not what you want to see. But we see Adaxi still with this Gruber. Flogel. Oh, smoke goes out onto Button, I believe. Adaxi gets full blind, it seems like. And
oh my god, again.
Baker takes out Flogel. Ghetto takes out Baker, the trade here. But Adaxi still somehow is alive. Photon and Ghetto, the last two alive. Adaxi, Dyer, low HP. But Photon has just been tagged by the Morp. Adaxi getting a 3k. There is one last alive. Adaxi's going to go for the 4k. Photon, please don't let it happen.
There we go.
Thank you. The 4k has been stopped. Photon, 1v3 situation. Boom, putting some wallbangs through pit. Dyer is still behind that bomb, though, with 12 HP. Photon is on 15. We'll see what will happen here. I believe Dyer is about to swing here. Oh, but Photon doesn't know Dyer's there.
He's just trying to get as much guns out of the defense's hands as possible. I mean, that's smart. Marbles jumping down. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Marbles is doing the exact same. He's just trying to get away from Photon, as he knows that they've won the round. They just need to save the Morp.
Yeah, and we're looking now at this from the sense that, why was the two people in Castle completely opposite of each other? You're taking these one-on-ones, and as the Argus, you really don't want to take the one-on-ones when you know that the sniper's going to be competent. They can get that pick on you. They can put you under 15 HP. And then you have really good players like Fum and Dyer able to clean them up. And as much as we dog on Adaxi, if you give him some free opportunities, he's going to take them. And so we really are looking at Yaokuza playing very individual, playing very kind of loose. And this is putting to their detriment. Ghetto with that saber, doing some work, but I mean, not saving was a bit of a risky play. And I understand why, though. He wants to start taking fights doing economy damage, but at that point, it's a 2v4. It's really just get guns out of the hands. Allow Photon to get guns out of the hands and then just save that power weapon. So going into this Operation Jack Fury, I think that this is really a must-win for Yaokuza if they want to get much of anything done. But we are looking, at a defense that is kind of just completely choke holding this green. The charges have been used, the utility is spent, and so the entirety is focused on green. And I mean, that is very smart. You have this for 4 barbs coming out. So if you use the barb on this entry, you have another 3 that you have to get through. And so for any chance to win this, they need to have a really good window. They need to use the window to its fullest advantage. peek it effectively, and then throw the flashes, throw the smokes through these windows, and push out after them, and abuse the fact that flashes are basically at their peak right now.
Yeah.
So we all really are looking for uh, basically a perfect storm of mess ups from the defending side. Maybe they don't molly correctly, maybe like they do some team damage, and some perfect utility placement coming out from the side of the attackers. And we already see, there's barbs going out, the mollies are being traded, and they're getting ready for. But not that early aggression that I would expect. With all these barbs, you really kind of want to play off of them, and so they're not doing that heavily. But
Yeah, well, that save morph is going to come in handy this round. We're going to see a lot of shots coming out from Marbles. See if he was a Marbles and tries to go for the no scopes, or if he will play properly. But we see Flo shotgunning up the door. Oh, no, I believe he didn't shotgun over the door. I think he missed it. Oh, but see, a morph shot already coming out. Did not connect with anyone, but was a good attempt. That's what we like here. Great attempts. Flogel pushing up to that walkway. Shotguns are open. Ghetto's ready. Shotguns open both. That could be dangerous. Adaxi able to get one shot onto Flogel. See if shotgun opening that door was a bad decision or not. They're pushing in. Photon pushing in
and
fast.
officer ready.
Boom. Oh, Boom's able to get one. He's not able to get a second though. Photon sort of pushed straight through office there and missed him. Marbles with Morph though, holding office. Pushing back into storage. A flash goes outside of factory. They use the windows to the opposite effect. And Photon is in storage with Ghetto and Coop. Both with APs and a KR. We see Flogel rotating around with the Black Tar though. Oh, but Bake is able to take him out. And Coop, Ghetto, Photon are last alive in a 3v4 situation. A Molly from, I think, Adaxi. Oh, and he gets taken out by Photon, who is just sitting behind. Coop and Ghetto have pushed on, and they're on bomb
access.
40, 50%. Baker's pushing left side, though. He isn't able to do anything. Dyer as well, pushing. Coop needs to take Dyer out here.
Gosh,
and it's a morp, and he gets the bomb. What was that?
Okay. That was just a complete storm. Coop with the 4K. And I mean, we saw the fact that they had all this setup in this green door. And boom, nothing, happened.
Looking.
Like
Yeah,
there was no holding of the green door. And so it's like, all right, maybe you hold the barbs from office. It really didn't do that. After the first sign of like pressure, they gave it up. They allowed office for free, and then you can go storage. And so we really just saw, Danger Doodles kind of not playing around barbs, not playing around utility. And then the only reason why they had a slick in that game is because there were some pretty mistimed fights from the attacking team from Yakuza, but able to take it home. Coop always playing well. Ghetto played pretty solidly, supporting him, and so did Photon. And so I think that, coming now, we're at the half of Operation Golden Release, this kill house. We are looking now at Yakuza kind of understanding that, all right, we can kind of do it. We get away with a bit more things than if we played against GB, but it's still a tough ask if you ask me. If we might see this brick house charge coming through, you do have really easy access to this sightline, but with the change up, I mean, I do like this kitchen blow. You can take fights with the people behind the stage really easily using the wall bang or just pushing out, and then also hitting kitchen, taking the shots, through basically the entirety of this wall, shutting down this corner, and so you force the defenders really shallow into this side of the map. And if you do that, you're in a very prime position to just push them, use the flashes to the fullest advantage. So for Yakuza to win this, they just need to make sure, all the flanks are cleared out, and then just start, using wall banks to the fullest advantage. Kill house is kill house for a reason. And so abuse that fact, And if I'm Yakuza, Danger Doodles, I mean, you have this angle, you have this angle, so why not try it? Like if they don't use this little cheeky peek to at least get some damage in, allow for the mollies to kind of spread. And then I feel like that's a gigantic mistake, and they really could cause a lot of issues. But Marbles on that auto shotty can do a lot of damage, and he needs to show up for this round to go anywhere.
Well, yeah. Talking about mistakes, we've got a Daxi behind bar here with the Lagros. We've got Flogel placing down the door charge. We might see a Daxi actually getting some action here. I thought the Lagros behind bar is probably not the best pick for a kill house. But here goes whatever is a Daxi's thought processes. Flogel pushing up on the green. And Ghetto flash out into the red. Coop, Photon, and Ghetto all pushing in. Tommy holding that long angle. And a Daxi in a fight against Flogel, and there goes a Daxi. Like I said, Lagros is probably not the best pick for Killhouse. But we see Baker Apes getting a kill on Tommy. And Nade goes out, getting rid of the Barb in office. They haven't got a Flogel Barb already. Marbles with the auto, they aren't checking. Oh no, they are checking him. Ghetto takes out Marbles the auto. Coop taking out Baker, and Foom. Oh, Foom though. Foom lost alive in office. Is he taking? He's got two. He is able to get the third. Dyer last alive here. He's able to get Coop, and it's a 1v1.
Oh my gosh, this is not good. Well, health on Dyer though. This is possible for Flogel. He has some time to work with and some utility.
Yeah, it is definitely possible. But Dyer has a second molly. This could delay him enough. Yep, there goes the other molly. You know, there's nothing you can do.
Flogel's gonna have to use his flashes to his fullest advantage.
Oh, but he doesn't. Oh, but he's still able to take down Dyer.
Barely. Dyer a bit too premature on the peak, you know, I will say. But, I mean, you saw that this beautiful entry, you clear out the corners, you made sure you get it. And then Foom's in this rat spot, you know, they don't check the corners, and they just cause havoc. Forcing Flogel now take this really ugly fight that you don't want to take against Dyer, who has access to the auto shotty. So, you know, but they're able to get that round. They're able to, you know, save that clacker, save some utility, and going into the next map, they are looking pretty poised to take this set.
Yeah.
And we are now looking from the situation. There is a lot of, I would say, you know, Yaokuza is coming into this. They had a really rough GB game, and so I think they're trying to kind of show that they can show this teamwork, that they can show as well as individual play and teamwork. You know, which the best two teams in the league have right now. TBD has the ability to just have players on their team pull out like multi kills and like defining rounds out of nowhere, and also the teamwork and the communication to do so. And so we're really looking, you know, at Yakuza to kind of show that. And I think we've seen some flashes of that in the GB game and in this game, you know, but we're going to need to continue to see that on this bank map of Bear Almighty. I mean, this is I would say it's a pretty weird map for the attacking team, you know. The button is here, and so you are having this push onto this entrance. But I mean, if you're the attacking team, you may kind of want to just say, all right, why not just double? Like, we can double blow, and it can be very effective. You know, double blowing on bank is very strong and very proven. But, you know, with wanting to probably save that charge, save that clacker, we might just see a green red push. You know, the lobby entrance is clearing out the tellers, scaring out anyone from behind here, while the managers kind of just clear out this sideline, allowing for more flexibility from the lobby players, you know, so they're not being peppered while they enter security and go through into vault. But I mean, I like this, you know, I like this entrance breach. I feel like as the defenders, you need to basically, you know, get some chip damage into tellers and then back off as fast as possible. You're going to get beat, you know, having a player in accounting or in tellers, you know, 1 to 2, being able to take these fights as well as just, you know, a lot of chip damage, bait out utility. And then at that point, you really can just use the ability of loan. You can use the bar around security, the hall, the bathroom even, to do a lot of damage and just start racking up kills.
Yeah, it is a very sort of part 2 of every vault map sort of map. You've got, as you said, the easy button. So you don't really have to defend it. It's more defend the vault than defend the button. But once again, a Daxi Lagros didn't see. It didn't go well last round, but maybe he's nuts on it with Bang. We see Coop, Ghetto, and Tommy open up that entrance and push in. The train coming by on Bank, being loud as ever, and Flogel's pushing in through green. Vents, Marbles, and Dyer, both in accounting. Some alright positioning from them. Although they are going to have to rotate round in order to sort of... Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm talking about rotating around. Dyer just got a kill. They're able to rotate around into Hall, and they have to play off security here, unless Dyer's just going to hold behind. Tommy's actually ran out of the building and is coming over. And TK's Photon. Okay. It's now a 4v3. I don't know what happened there.
That was just oddities coming out, to put it lightly.
Get to Kupo in accounting.
But I mean, you see like these trades coming out, and Yakuza now put in this really awful position. They have to go through a barb, they have to go through this choke point, which you never really want to see, and then it's just they can be a complete firing line coming up from the defense. But Daya playing up close, you know, not what I would do, and he's able to get some damage in onto Tommy and Ghetto, which is really just what you want to do: chip damage and not take these one-on-one fights.
It's a Daxi time. Oh, he's able to get
Baker.
one.
This crossfire was beautiful.
And he's able to get
players onto this at one point, you know, just constantly having gunfires, automatic weapons, and just getting kills. I mean, you know, Daya getting a free kill on Flogel was something, but also the fact that you had Tommy killing Photon, you know, so that kind of puts into a 3-on-5, really just hurts that ability. And so I feel that, you know, we're looking at Yakuza to kind of, I would say, step it up. That probably was a bit of a technical issue on Photon's side, which may have led to that team killing just to get its utility. But still, it is really rough for Yakuza. You know, they kind of run it, taking these one-on-ones, allowing free kills. Just these little mistakes that add up over time, which causes, like, Danger Doodles and their scrimmy play style to kind of flourish here. So, as we enter in on this C-store of Long Echo, we are looking now at a, I would say, pretty interesting C-store. You know, you see that there is this issue of this storefront bomb is very powerful, but with that power comes the fact that mop is there, freezer is there. You have these fridge spots, and so you just allow, you know, if this mop goes unchecked, which it might do, then a lot of issues can arise. But we already see that there might be, you know, this arcade breach. You gain access to power very easily. And with power, you can push shed. You can have a lot of access to, you know, shutting down tellers. Freezers a bit more easy to take with the flashlights and night vision. It seems very standard that we're going to see this charge, you know. And so, I mean, you're facing this mop play. You're facing, even though it is a Daxi on this mop, a Daxi, or not even just that, anyone, if they hit 1 to 2 shots, even though they're body shots, that's 230 damage if it's 2 body shots. And so that's a very big, you know, just like immediate issue they have to deal with. 2 players are low. 1 player is low. You know, so they have to play a bit more back. They can't play as aggressive. And with the barb starting to come out, allowing Foom, Marbles to kind of play an arcade a bit more freely, so to say. And then with no defenders playing in freezer, you know, some attention might be put towards freezer, which needs to be immediately hit by the side of the defending team. You know, Baker and Foom both need to really just be kind of kingmakers here with those KRs at these ranges, the medium to close ranges. And Dyer, you know, shutting down this storage with this knack. So we're looking at a very pretty standard Ghetto on the Saber. I always like to see it. And as this charge is about to go out, I need to see something from the attacking team of Yakuza.
Well, they've pushed in. Marbles on the arcade. Flogel's pushing him. Gets a flash out right deep in there. That sounded very erotic. But the Modicon and Dyer and Adaxi sort of on the top side of the map. Marbles able to take out. Oh my god, a lot's happening. Foom takes out Photon. Marbles takes out Flogel, and both of the defenders that just got kills die. That's what's happening. It's a 3v3 now. We've got Baker on the KR82M, and Nade goes on him. He's able to run away. Coop pushing in. Daxi obviously whiffs. I don't know why I looked at HP to check that. He whiffs and doesn't get a kill. Tommy pushing onto Bomb. They've smoked him off. They've smoked off the defenders. Dyer pushing up with the knack. Coop taking out Baker. Dyer pushing Tommy with the knack. Is able to do anything. Ghetto. And Coop just watched that happen. And it's down to a Daxi with the KO2M. He's just sort of pot-shotting at this point. He's just going to save the morph, it seems like. Oh, no, he's not. He's not saving the morph. They're just going to
trying to get this clutch.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you know, this long arm was very effective. Ghetto, get out of them, man. Save that. Oh, it's the last round. They're just trying to get for kills. And, I mean, that makes Ghetto using that last round to his advantage. Getting the kill, you know, padding his stats a little bit. But from the get-go, you did see that initial start trade, which, I mean, is a bit more better for the defense. You know, taking the 3s and 2s as the defense is a bit better. And so, then the fact that you just saw the fact that, like, Coop was able to just start melting players, getting the advantage for him, you know, allowing like a lot of space for the side of Yakuza and going into this defense from them. We need to see that space given. We need to see a lot of team play, but we also need to see a lot of, you know, allowing your best players, allowing Coop, allowing Ghetto to move around, to use whatever they want, to allow them to kind of have this freedom and ability to make the plays, like allow them to just take risks and take plays that really set them up as really good players. And so if I'm the defense, you know, I know that this strategy is kind of tried and tested. And I mean, kind of anti-strategy. Yeah, you have this nade, and this nade might go right here, which which probably will destroy this barbed wire. And so maybe place it a bit more back, you know, have a player right here, you know, have them only take this fight and just start stalling because you know Danger Doodles is a bit slow on the attack. And so you're able to use Molly's to your full advantage, stall them, you know, use wall bangs. Like this wall bang is a bit nasty once the attackers get in. Same with all of these, you know, angles, allowing the stage player to just start doing a lot of damage. I think that you need once you slow them down, once you get ship damage in, Danger Doodles just crumbles. You know, if you give Danger Doodles any space at all, they're able to use that space and win attacking rounds. And I mean, we already see that it has been a bit of a slog for Yakuza, but they're up. If they win too, they win this game, and they definitely need to win this game. Flogel on that auto shotty, you know, taking a risk, taking I would say really planned risk, but a risk that I would say is well within reason. You know, this auto shot, if not immediately flash and naded into oblivion, he can just abuse and use it to its fullest advantage using this power up and using a really well player like Flogel. And I'm really excited to see how, you know, Danger Doodles approaches this tough spot that they're being put into.
Yeah, it's up to Yakuza here. Then they do need to win these 2 rounds, like you said. But, you know, we'll see. We've got a very aggressive push from the attackers here. Coop putting some wallbangs. Ghetto with the use of those windows. Like we were saying, the previous set, you know, the windows are probably the best part about this map. Coop goes down to Dyer, though. That green window. And it's down to Photon and Ghetto, who are on the bottom side, with Flogel and Tommy sort of isolated at the top. Flogel using that rat spot to his advantage. Tommy, great molly, puts it in the smoke, so does hide it from the attackers for a bit. And a great molly comes out from, I believe, Ghetto. Dyer, see that all inside of Kitchen. This could be bad. Flogel, though, in the spot. He's pushing out. He's able to get 1. He's able to get 2. And Tommy takes out the 3rd. Great team play from them. Oh, boom, able to take out Ghetto in the process as well. You're seeing Tommy as well. Photon with the knack still at club. He's still trying to go for that club. We'll see, though. Foom still on those windows. It's down to Dyer and Foom. Oh, lovely shots there from Photon. Photon takes him out, and it's down to Dyer. 9 HP. This is going to be a hard clutch. It's possible. But it's probably in favor if he saves a clacker here. But can he save it? He's still stuck in Kitchen. With Photon. But he pushes in. He's going for the clutch. 2 seconds until the bomb goes off, and he dies. That probably wasn't the best idea there. You know, he could have saved that clacker, and he could have just got out of there. You know, Dyer has had some insane clutches in previous seasons. He is
Yeah.
probably up there as one of the best fitness players on the team.
He is super good, and I mean he's super consistent. And I think that Dio, once he's feeling it, once he gets the support, is just a disgusting player, a very vital part of why there was a lot of success in Fierce and Depth and all them. But we're now looking at this from the side of Hmm. It's 6 rounds from like the defensive team. Maybe we really don't want to let them get 6 rounds, even though it's a risk. It's a small chance. But Flogel just playing that super well. You have Tommy and you have Photon just being very consistent, and then the support that Ghetto and Coop bring, and also the ability of just them getting a lot of kills bring. Really just to have this perfect storm of individual play. But that's what it's individual play. Like all these losses that came from Yakuza was because they were taking these dumb one-on-ones or these really kind of odd fights that really shouldn't have happened, you know? And so
Yeah,
now we're looking at this from the side of they're playing like a team. They understand this. They're a very strong defensive team. And so, allowing Ghetto to kind of just take reign, allowing Ghetto to kind of just give him the space he wants with the KR, or really the knack or any gun he wants, gives just 1 or 2 free kills. They just get some kills. And we're looking at this Flogel on the mop, being able to take these very long fights, shut down these long corners, play a bit more passively is good. And then the two more aggressive players in Coop and Photon can just start getting kills, causing chip damage. But they need to just cause chip damage or get a kill and back off. Don't go for another one. Don't be brash, bold, and immature and try to get, I'm the best player. I can just start getting 5Ks. Like, no, you're not Josh. You're not Mace. That's not happening.
RP Josh.
So I mean, we're really looking for a player like Photon, who is playing more a bit alone, to see if he can kind of abuse abuse the fact that he has kind of this surprise factor. Maybe he gets some chip damage and backs off, but Getter to support him. So I'm really wondering to see how the defense and these more like individuals play out. But Flogel on this mop can do so much damage to whoever peeks him in this situation.
Yeah, we see Flogel. Oh my god, Flogel with a lovely shot onto Foom there. Dyer pushing these vents. Same with Baker. Photon in the corner of the lobby. Oh, this could be dangerous if Adaxi pushes in. Flogel, why is Adaxi trying to fight a Morp with an AP? Ghetto takes out Baker and takes out Dyer as well. Adaxi is still trying on his hopeless journey of fighting a Morp with a AP, but somehow succeeds, takes damage in the process. And Photon's just here to clean up the kill. He's able to clean up on his marbles. Marbles left, and that
Yeah.
first game to Yaokuza.
Yeah. Bit of a
7-4.
rough start, rough middle, but they brought it back and they really did show, why they are just a really strong team. You have Ghetto, you have Photon, you have Coop firing on all cylinders. Then you have just support that Tommy and Flogel bring. Ugh, it's absolutely disgusting. And we
Yeah.
saw a bit more team play, Yes, there were a few rounds that they had more individual kind of not the smartest ideas and plays, but once they were able to start get the ball rolling, they showed us how powerful they are, how much they can play off each other and just start getting kills and racking up round wins. And I mean, we'll see what happens after the break. After a little short break, we'll catch you back for game 2 of the bronze match between Yakuza and Danger Doodles.
Goodbye, gamers. Yo, yo, yo! We're back with
Woo!
number 2
Bro.
of. Yo, we're back. I've got
We're back.
a J2O. Donut's got nuggies. You should have food as well. And we're getting into game 2.
Getting into game 2 of Yakuza versus Danger Doodles. I mean, what an interesting game 1. We saw the fact that Yakuza had a pretty good start and ending, but that beginning was a bit rough. The 3-2 into the 3-3 was a bit, I would say, not as explosive as we want to see Yakuza, but they were able to bring it back. They showed us why they were such a good team. The individual play is off the charts, as well as just, when they get that team play rolling, they're very powerful. And I'm really excited to see, how they end up. I think that showing the prowess and showing what they really can do in these games means a lot to so I'm definitely wondering to see what's going on, later down the line, and if any changes come, if Makeshift Box will come back, please, I love them. I want the Polish power again. Or, maybe they adapt a different style because they have that explosive, creative, out of the box style that I think we need to see in due process, and if they bring it to against Danger Doodles, I think Danger Doodles is in for a world of hurt coming out of this.
Yeah, it's um.
And
So we just had some information from a very non-sketchy source that Ty is now replacing marbles, so the work PC is gone.
the
No
work
more,
PC, the
no more
legend of the
working at
the
school.
work PC.
No more
I will
working
say
at
though,
work.
you take Marbles out, he is a very big, in-game voice. And now it's like, all right, who is there left? You have Adaxi and Daya. And Daya is too much of a sweetie, perfect human being to scream at Adaxi saying, you're a dummy. That's not a good plan. And so we're now going to be seeing some Adaxi stats coming, and he's already drawn on them. But this is definitely going to be, very interesting. This Dome of Thrust release. What are these map names? Really showing us something very different. I think that this observation is disgustingly powerful, being able to just swing and hit here, but the early contact that comes from right here are very uh is very, interesting. And I think that this breach and that this split is going to be very strong. The pit player, if there is any, will have to do a lot of work. He should not be peeking this unless he has a long range gun that can go toe to toe with the saber. And so we're probably going to see a lot of either early aggression in base or a very passive, observation, around these ruins, seeing if they can kill the two players here and then just go from there.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
the
Tetra,
opens.
I have a question for you. I think only you can answer
Mm-hmm.
this.
Okay.
What would have to happen for a player on one of these teams right now in this round to get a golden clacker?
I don't know, man. An ace.
An ace? You want to see an
If
ace? All right.
I want to see an ace.
All right.
If someone gets an ace this round, I will
This
on the
round.
spot. This round, I will on the spot give them the golden clacker on the Discord.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I
I'm
know,
so
it's
excited.
so mental.
It's so if that happens, that's just. I mean, I believe Ghetto. I'm Ghetto with that mop. There's players like Coop. Dare I say, I think Dai is cracked as he is jacked enough to get a kill. But already the aggression. That's
The
what I like to
kick
see.
coming out. And actually, Baker, Ty, all in that beach area. Baker pushing Coop. Maybe not. Coop just waiting for them to peek their heads. Coop known for hitting the heads, so if the head is shown, the head gone. Ghetto kills Adaxi. Baker kills Coop. It is only Baker and Ghetto that can get the golden clacker now. If it's gone for everyone else. So, let's see what happens. Foom trying to get some damage onto, I believe, Flogul at jungle. But there's just standing still once again. This is the Danger Doodle strat. Stand
Of
outside of the map.
oh
Tommy takes
no!
out Dyer, which means only Baker
Baker,
can
I
get
believe
it.
in you. I
Baker's
believe
the
in
last
Baker.
person.
No!
Oh, and no one
Okay.
gets it. That is an L. For
Well,
both teams. And Baker takes
I
out
mean,
Photon.
yeah. Photon, what you doing? Ghetto, what you doing?
Oh! Ty takes out Ghetto. And it's down to Flogel. Flogel, if you clutch this, I know you can't hear me, but Flogel, if you clutch this, you get a golden clacker.
Come on.
Come on, we
Just
want
if
to see
you.
a golden clacker live.
Oh,
And he
okay.
doesn't get it.
Running out into the touchdown. I mean, there was like the initial aggression. I love to see that, and after this, you have Tommy being able to get killed. And I really like to see what the beginning of this. Like the start of this round for Yakuza was very strong. Coop right here, missing some shots, but everyone has their days. I will say that after that, like Photon, why are you peeking that? And then Nagato peeked it after Photon did. And so you had these two one on like the one or threes basically that gave 2 free kills, putting Flogan in a really awful position. And this is like Revenant said. It's like I said. It's like everyone has been saying that Yakuza individually are disgustingly strong, but their teamwork just isn't there. The communication isn't there. And, that coordination that we really need to see, it hasn't been shown. But already on this map of Brutus Justice, better name, I would give it a 7 out of 10 overall. It's a bit interesting, that one of his kidney checkpoints. I will say though, a bit interesting the fact that like this breezeway, this in a breezeway. I mean, if I'm the attacking team, you know, I would like let's do something. Let's do something fun. This breach. While it's a bit, you can't get peaked. You have to take these fights. It's something fun, but we might just see a pretty standard, go through checkpoint. We may see a blow into Office Hall, causing a lot of damage, but this eco here is pretty strong. I think if we do see a door charge on a green door, it should be the one on the bomb site. And so with the initial aggression that probably will happen through this hallway from Yakuza and 1 to 2 in kitchen, which I like and I support. The question now is that after that initial aggression, what's next? Are we going to see them? I'm going to take a one-on-one. I did some chip damage. They'll be fine when the attacker's at 120 health and there's 2 of them behind him. Or are we going to see that Yakuza that sets up crossfires, that Yakuza that is able to, continue to do chip damage as the attackers progress through the map, and then the second they get to bomb room, they're immediately dead. Because this like pairing of Photon and Coop inside the kitchen, I really do enjoy, and I think that that's a strategy that can result in a lot of good kills. Photon, with that Gruber being very powerful, and his bullet Coop on that KR is just a menace sometimes. But will they play off each other? Or are they going to play each other's anti-flash? Is Flogel going to peek this, get some damage and then back off? Is he going to know when to peek? Or is he just going to peek and die to, Foom on the KRM? So there's a lot of questions being asked, but Tommy on this auto shotgun up north, seeing if he can do anything with that.
Yeah, we see the attackers coming fast and in numbers straight to checkpoint. Will this continue though? We'll see. We'll see if they actually are going to push fast here. Photon on the other side of that door with a Gruber. They're all kind of gathering around. Coop and Daxi's pushing straight in. Coop against the Daxi. 4 men in kitchen. And a flash goes into office. They've learned something. They're pushing fast for once. Daxi takes out Photon while Photon trades for Ty. Baker taking out Coop and takes out Flogel. Boom. Takes out Flogel, sorry. Ghetto. And Tommy last alive. They're finally doing something right. They're finally pushing fast. But now you see, look, Ghetto takes out Daxi. And now they're just stood in office now. Oh, Ghetto getting a lot more, bit of damage. Oh, sorry, not a lot of damage onto Baker. Same with Dyer. Dyer and Baker both one tap, and Dyer kills himself. That is not what you want to see. Oh, that's not what you want to see in a for a third place playoff. Flash goes in. Tommy pushes with the auto. It's able to get 1. The molly delays Foom. Foom on almost full HP, same with Ghetto, but the attacker advantage does give Foom the upper hand here. He does have another flash. Ghetto, though, playing back so he won't get flashed here. The flash goes out. Foom has 10 seconds to get on bomb. He has to basically get on bomb, otherwise it's not happening for him. 30%. 25%, sorry. Ghetto. Sneaking onto that stage. Foom. Tapping. Ghetto peeking. 70% and go. Ghetto takes him out. That is 1-all.
So, we really are looking, at, like, this round win came through individual play, through Ghetto, through Tommy, playing extremely well around each other, and Ghetto just, being able to clutch that up. But I'm a bit disappointed, like Flo died by himself, and then Coop and Photon, like they got flashed and they got pushed and they kind of crumbled. And so we are looking at a Yakuza that isn't, I would say, at 100% power right now. But when that power comes, when they're able to show us what they are, then it's basically lights out play from really anyone, who wants to face them, because all right, you have Ghetto playing well, you have Yaku playing well, and then they have support and like around them so that if they get flashed, they can back off into the player. Photon can play information, but that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing, some pretty shoddy positions coming out and some shoddy team play. And I mean, going on to this Operation Almighty Spectre of the C Store, that we may want to see, I think this is a lot more simplified. It's like, all right, you have someone holding arcade, you have someone holding bathroom, and then you have this teller individual being able to cause havoc onto this bomb. This there can be one in storage and one in the freezer if you really feel like it as kind of more rat. But being able to kind of hold this section of the map is vital, as it allows you to just shoot onto bomb with either like an arcade, using this angle, or just using the telehole to cause reek onto anyone that wants to touch the bomb. So we're looking at Ghetto with the auto shot. He probably maybe using, it to his advantage in arcade, may swing on it into green door. But that one player going green door has a lot on his shoulders. If this one green door player is dead, then they just have free reign to rotate to almost wherever they want onto this side of the map facing bomb. And so this storefront breach and this shed breach need to be fast, they need to be efficient, and if they don't clear out this arcade, if they don't clear out, really just the barbs here and just slow the danger doodles down more and more, we're going to see a Yakuza win. The question is, can they do that? Can this green door, player show up? Can Yakuza, Coop, Photon not take these dumb one-on-ones, so to say? So we're asking for a lot here from every single player, but as I said, my Daxi!
Oh! A Daxi with the saber kills coming out. Daxi getting a kill. I don't know. Sometimes Yakuza has to have the slip-ups rather than Danger Doodles. And we see Ghetto sort of just waiting for the blow in. He gets caught off guard by it. Baker and a Daxi outside of the storefront wall charge hole. Ty slow walking into fridges with Foom and Dyer coming on to Flogel. Flo, it's a shotgun 1v1 and Dyer, because he has the DL, it literally one-taps from 70 miles away. So he's able to take out Flogel. We've got a Daxi. Oh, Ghetto takes out Baker with a lovely kill there. A Daxi, will he be able to get a second? Oh, he does. Coop. Amazing. Coop getting a kill on Dyer, trading for Flogel there. And Ghetto taking out the saber player. Foom and Ty last alive. Ty trying to get on bomb, but Photon isn't allowing him with the knack. He's getting a bit of damage on, getting a lot of damage on. Foom is taking out Ghetto though. And it's last alive for Photon. Photon isn't able to get the molly off, and that is the round for Danger Doodles.
Yeah, we saw the fact that there's an initial slip up through Tommy. There was some really well placed through Coop and Ghetto, especially showing up individual prowess, getting kills onto Baker, getting kills onto a Daxi. But that really doesn't matter when the fact that all you really have to do is kind of just hold that position in hold that telehold, and then start taking fire. You can have one rotate around to arcade, maybe a bit more south side, but that didn't happen. They peaked. They got beat, and they didn't play really like the bomb. Well, they knew that there's gonna be one watching the door. They knew there was gonna be one watching watching and just trying to defuse, and it's like, we don't care. And so we need to see something different. We need to see basically more aggressive, complete different flashes, different, like utility usage, different strategies coming out of Yakuza if we want to see them start to rack up rounds on defense and on offense. And looking at this Operation Thrust Release, we're looking at the fact that that this beach play is very strong. It allows for a lot of access, but as well, they might just want to eco here because this beach play it allows you to kind of see here. You basically gain access to like site almost of bomb, so you can kind of play around and start sniping this angle. And you're really only worried about this angle right here. So you may want to send one right here to get this charge and just start like clear out this corner so no one's sitting in these little rat spots. But I love this gameplay. I think that there will be initial aggression, and so you need to plan for that. You need to have someone watching this pit play so you don't get immediately hit from behind. Once all that is set up, once all that happens, it should be a pretty easy attack round for the side of Yakuza.
Yeah, definitely. We see,
Going
I
into
think
it.
they wrote 640 by 480. Which might be the res that someone is playing at. Who knows? It's a number.
Let's do some math. So we have 0 times 0 times, so 8 times 4, or 8 times 0 is, so we have 640.
307,000. 307,200.
No, did you use a calculator?
I did, yes.
No, it's math time with donut. 0, 0, 0, 0, 32. And then no, stop it. Okay, as we kind of jump into this, we're seeing a bit of a exploration as the molly goes out. Oh, Ghetto taking no damage.
Yeah, we don't need this round. We can just do math.
We just do math.
Yeah, we just do
I
math.
love math. I love math. That's great.
So we see the kit coming out. Smoke and flash. Smoke getting that center on Dyer. Oh, Dyer just got stuck there. Gets taken out by Ghetto. And it's a 4v5. We're down to Baker, Ty, Adaxi, and Foom. Another smoke comes out from Ghetto. Oh, lovely smoke there from Ghetto, blocking off Adaxi's line of sight completely. But he didn't need it anyway. So, I believe Baker's been taken down, but my kill feed has not updated yet. So, there it is. Ghetto took out Baker, and Foom took out Flogel. It is down to a 3v4. Ty, Foom, Adaxi. Adaxi doing Adaxi things and whiffing. Ghetto gets the kill, and Ghetto might go for the ace. He's not, though. Ty shuts him down. Hoop, Ty, 1v1. And Tommy, Foom. Oh, lovely molly there from Ty, though. Getting Tommy off the bomb. Foom putting some shots down with the morp. But Ty goes down in the process, and it's all down to Foom with the morp. And he gets taken out by Tommy. There is a 3k for Ghetto and a 2k for Tommy. Great round there from both sides.
That really just like showing the strength of just well-placed flashes, allowing your superstars to kind of just start getting kills. And I mean, that's really what's needed here. You played as kind of this death ball unit. You pushed through. You're able to kind of watch each other's angles and start getting kills, and it resulted in a win for Yakuza. And that's what's definitely needed here. So we are looking at this from the sense that Ghetto playing super well, Tommy playing super well, but they played as a unit. They played as an individual, basically squad that was able to completely mow them down. And I think that is definitely what we like to see. We love to see that as the attack, as the attacking. If you're fans of the attackers, but I think we could, we're coming on to this kill house, coming on to this C-store. There could be some changes coming up from the Danger Duelist side. Their defense isn't amazing, but again, with the individual play coming from Daya, coming from Foom, and then I would say, as much as we like to joke on it, the amount of play time coming up from the rest of the team, I think we might see something different here as we see, the angles being peaked out from a lot of the defense, shutting down this office, and I think shutting down this breezeway are very powerful. I do like this initial kitchen hold. And so if we do see some kitchen holders or defenders from the defense, yes, there could be. I think that's a very smart play, but we might see just a breezeway. They're gonna smoke us out with no immediate heals, but once they hit this hall, they're able to shut down this hall peak. They're able to shut down and then start gaining access to breezeway without having to go to the kitchen. Overall, I like this plan. I think it's a very smart plan, and putting Tommy on the saber, really, I think that him being able to kind of just support his team from the back line and just shut down players really allows him and really allows the team to be a lot more flexible, being aggressive, beat his four squad, just using flashes and constant speed and pressure to push defenders off of these sites, push them into this back room, which is basically just death, push them behind bomb, which is basically just death. And once you have like a lot of space gained by just being aggressive using flashes, then you can start, allowing Ghetto, allowing Coop, allowing Photon to just start raining havoc. But it is going to matter a lot on, these choke points coming out. So I'm excited to see what comes out from the side of Yakuza. But I think if Daya, if Foom show up this round, we can't see something a lot different. As, if Adaxi has a smart, like, flank, if we see Ty using this auto shot to its fullest advantage, a lot of things can go wrong for the attacking side.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to have to see Dyer sort of coming clutch here for the team. He's going to have to defend this hall quite well. Adaxi. What is he doing? Dyer. Oh, Dyer does not stand a chance against Ghetto there. Still, I'm confused why Adaxi was warbanging there when he has visual sight on checkpoint. Glass is being broken and Foom is putting some LS shots into Breezeway. The bomb gets destroyed. Good molly from Foom there. Slowing down the attack. And Adaxi, I believe, is going for a Fleagle Barb. We see it here. Will the Fleagles be able to stop the Fleagle Barb? They're not. But it's a very bad Fleagle Barb. Yeah.
And
there goes the door charge, and there goes the Fleagle Barb. They're pushing into the back club here. Two people, Adaxi and Foom, both get taken out. Baker is able to do something, though, and stops Photon in his track. Yeah, this auto shotgun could be very deadly. Oh, but no,
nice.
Tommy.
There we go.
Baker is able to take out one, though. Is he able to go for the ace here? He is not. Flogel shuts him down. And that's 3-2 to Yaokuza.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw the fact that they were able to isolate Daya, shut him down, and then once they got this breezeway, they kind of took their breath, they set up, and then boom, they exploded onto the site, just clearing out this back room as the two players are pushed back into it and getting kills almost at the exact same time. And then once that happens, you're basically in a almost perfect position. You're in a 5v2. You're forcing Ty and Baker to play off each other. In a situation where you have access to a lot of good guns, you have access to some utility, and you have access to bodies, which you can kind of just throw it, kill Ty. Ty's in a pretty crappy under position, and then after that, just boom, you able to hit on and kill Baker. And so now that they're 3-2 up, I'm interested to see how they kind of finish off this half, if they're able to get 4-2, especially coming on the C store, which can be a bit, tricky for the attackers going up against a team like Danger Doodles. We have talked a lot about Yakuza. We haven't talked a lot about, Danger Doodles this map. And I think that is because we're looking at Danger Doodles to not make the same mistakes, not have a player just play somewhere in storage and the rest of the team is sitting in Office Teller's bathroom and that storage play is immediately just dead. So we might see that happen. We might see, there's a player storage, there's a player freezer, and they get completely flashed and blown up by the team going in freezer, while everyone else is in this other side. And so I want to see at least Danger Doodles play as more of a unit, allow Daya, allow Foom, even a Daxi, kind of just to have the flexibility to get killed, but also have support behind them so that if they get flashed, if they get pushed off, boom, you are able to get the kills and just set up and save the lives of your teammates here.
Yeah.
So, this plan kind of digging in. You know, like, I mean, this charge is very close. It allows you to gain a lot of access. So, I mean, that's something. But, taking this freeze, you be running straight into a barbed wire. And once that happens, there could be a molly, there could be some wall bangs, a swinger with the shotgun could do a lot of damage here. So, I'm really wondering to see, what, like, how all this ends up and how, Foom is able to kind of play off of this angle.
Seems like Food claimed a barb that he doesn't have, so that freezer barb will just not be a thing. So Daxy's going to then now? Oh,
No?
there's no freezer barb.
So Ty's by himself, with no protection. That's not good at all.
Well, we'll see what happens with this freezer. I is going to have to really just sort of just put his all into this freezer defense. They're already pushing in, though. Photon doesn't see him. Runs
Check your
past.
corners, Photon.
And Dye takes him out. Floga taking out Baker. Coop. Oh my, what is going on? It's a 2v2. The round, nothing happened before in this round. Yeah, nothing happened. There was a lot of trades. That's all you need to know. Now, Ghetto and Tommy are last alive against Foom and Adaxi. Tommy with the auto shotgun and a flash. Ghetto with a saber. Oh, and he takes out Foom. Lovely shot there. Adaxi last alive. So this is a 100% confirmed round for Yaokuza here.
I mean, if Adaxi plays smart, he takes the one-on-one.
He is able to, yeah, he's able to get it down to that one-on-one. He opened up storefront. The bomb, 10%. He hasn't got a molly, and he's jiggle peeking it. The flash goes out, and Adaxi has to be full blind there. Adaxi half HP, save with Ghetto, and Ghetto takes out Adaxi, making it 4-2 to Yaokuza.
Definitely, and I think we saw, like the initial play of just like Photon pushing in, cubing a bit behind him, and so the trades came out, which favors the defenders, but also the fact that you have this saber staying alive, and killing Foom. You put in a 2v1 situation, and you don't want to take those one-on-ones in 2v1s. You want to take it together. And so it was a bit unlucky for Tommy to die, but Ghetto clutching it up. Adaxi playing Jiggle Peak when he really was a bit tough, especially with someone who had the saber. So coming out of this half, Yakuza are up. Yakuza looks strong, and I think we really need. And if they're able to keep this momentum, we might see a 7-2 coming from Yakuza's side.
Yeah. If we see a 7-2, we'll all be happy. We get to go home early.
I mean, the players will get to go home early, will get to home early, but as you look at this Leopard Scepter, man, okay. Have I told you, Tetra, I'm a fan of walkways on Factory?
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah. And so, they have some very strong positions here. I think Office, going to walkways is right now is very strong. You see these corners. You can be a bit more down if you want to and hit bomb. And so the defending team has a lot of options here, especially coming out, of these walkways. But you have the caveat that if this red door is blown, and it looks like it might be blown, that immediately you have to deal with these long contentious angles. And if you have your green hold, crumple, they can just hit you from behind, and you're immediately kind of pinched by two very scary situations.
100%.
Looking at this, we see the danger Doodles. They're setting up Foom on the mop. We might see Foom play around walkway, see if he can get this counter snipe, and then after that, focus more on anyone going office or green door. But the green team is probably going to just this hit power, allow the saber to use its night vision to its fullest potential, and then just boom, hit this bomb. Have the walkway already be cleared with the saber, and I like that. And I feel that if they're able to go together, not have Coop and Photon take these dumb one-on-ones, this should be easy for anyone on the attacking team. Baker playing the leg row side. I like that. And then you have Dia and Adaxi on this KRs. So anything may happen here, but they seem to be waiting. Ghetto smarter than anyone here, waiting for all the wall bangs to go through. But Question is, will he know the diary's right there? And if that an initial peek goes through, then something could be happened. But as the green door stack goes, that the kick has gone through, and man, we're getting into it.
Yeah, well, we see Coop flash out. That seems like a hard angle to push, but they're able to smoke it out. Tommy, Coop, Photon, all going into that server farm. Oh, and they're in there. They're full blind in there, I believe. Tommy taking out one, and it's down to Tommy with a double kill there onto Ty and Baker, and it's already down to a 3v5. Edaxi shooting through a wall. He's not able to do much. We see Foom with the morp. They've swapped marbles for Foom here, and will Foom be able to pick up the slack that Marbles had? But no, he's not. Coop is able to take him out, and Photon takes out Edaxi. It's down to Dire. And Tommy takes him out for the 3k, making it 5-2. That was a good round. Good round for both sides.
I mean, we saw a very strong green entrance. You know, they played as one giant unit. You had Ghetto just being able to support them and scare off Ty and Baker into these corners. And then, you know, Adaya, Foom, they always have this in the back of their minds that Ghetto or someone is there. And with the kill onto a Daxi, you know, from this long range, it really kind of just closed it out. So with the Saber being carried over, with the Mob being carried over, both power weapons, you know, are now carried. And I mean, we're seeing that with this bomb being defused, they're up. Oh, did they get to a bit late? Oh no.
Oh, this could. I thought the round was over. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's Photon trolling us.
Barely. It have to be trolling us. Oh my gosh. But they're able to get it. And I mean, so Tetra, I have a question for you. You know, will we see any more walkway maps in the future?
Oh no. Should I just tell everyone?
No. This is an actual question.
It's Donut loves his walkways. That's all I'll
I love
say.
my walkways.
You'll be seeing.
And as much as you can stop me, as much as you can as much as Sandwich and Axum can slow me down, it's coming. I
I hope
love
it
walkways.
never comes.
Enough about walkways, though. We're getting into the next round. I mean, you know, we're looking for Yakuza to see if they can 7-2 this. This looks very strong from that side. We see that that if they're able to get up 6-2, you know, wow. We really have we putting Dangerous onto such pressure. And in this bank of Nimrod, Ozymandias, you know, with the charge already is going out, we do see the fact that this entrance is a bit rough. You know, you don't immediately gain access. You have to fight through security. And so the strategy in this point is like, all right, this manager team, you have easy access to Vault. And so Vault may be opened actually and just being held by 1 to 2 players, or maybe like a player in accounting, a player in with the Vault open, and so they can abuse this barb. But with the green door entrance, you know, they go through lounge, pretty standard, you know, clear your corners, check your corners, and then fight through this security door, which can be a bit rough knowing as lobby isn't being blown. So we are looking at a lot of different factors coming in, and I think as the defense, you're bringing a lot of utility, a KR, a KRM, a group already off the bat, and so they're really looking to win this round, which they desperately need.
Yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see if Yakuza can get this to a tie at least, which means overtime if they secure this, or at least confirmed overtime.
Confirmed overtime. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe they just get this round and then steamroll the next. Or maybe, you know, Daya gives a rousing speech where they bring back Feral and Vitals somehow through the grave. But
yeah,
as they really start to get into this, man, these green doors fast and hot and ready like Jesus pizza. But man, now I'm hungry for pizza. As they start to slowly have to go in, who knows what's going to go on? Daya has to have heard them, and this now shift is happening.
Daya seems like the only line of defense between the attackers and Button. seems like Ghetto is... Oh, Die is pushing out here. The Knack is able to take out one, but Coop trades. And we see Foom locked inside Vault. Foom is in the Vault position. The Vault is opening as we speak, and Flogel's going for the fast push. It's only going to be Foom against these two attackers. The Molly comes out, though. Tommy, is he able to do anything? Foom versus Tommy. Foom's able to take out Tommy, which doesn't secure them the bomb, and it's down to a Daxi and Baker. Flogel here against the Daxi, takes him out, and it's all down to Baker, the last man alive. No, sorry, not last man alive. Foom's still in Vault. The last man outside of the Vault's still alive. And it's down to Foom, finally. We see him. 17 bullets in the KR. And he's got a 60 HP. He is full blind, though. This is definitely going to be the round for Yaokuza. And it is.
That's
they
the
hit
round.
when it's full blind.
All right. So, you know how in casuals, you're like, all right, you know, you don't want to, like, sit someone in the bomb because it's a 4v5. You know what? They just put someone in the bomb. Like, I get why, you know, this, like, after the button is pressed and the breach is blown, you really want to defend this bomb as this Vault is very easy to access to. So, we're looking now at this from the side of, all right, you know, we have Ty, we have Dax, we have Baker running around in Tello, running around in accounting, and then Foom's, you know, in the bomb himself. But at that point, just fully commit. Have a Daxi and Baker, and accounting causes him havoc. Have the Vault open, and so you can just, like, show this down and have Die, you know, sitting in hollow tellers. Like, just commit at that point. And they didn't do that. And they allowed Yaokuza to completely just steamroll them. They steamrolled through Dyad, giving his best effort. The gracious man, you know, like, doing what he can. And then it's just, you know, Foom using the KR, testing someone by surprise a little bit, and then securing that kill. But after that, it's just like, oh, we already went down a player. Now we're down two. And then it's just, yeah, at that point, you can't do anything. And looking at this dome of a Seaver Pawn, I'm a bit of a fan. You know, this bomb in the back of jungle, you're able to go pit and just gain access to the bomb pretty easily. So the red doors are very strong here, but force through these choke points. And this castle kind of shuts down a beach pretty, you know, powerfully. Now, Tetra, you enjoy yourself a little dome. Kind of break it down to me on what would you like? What would a as much as I hate to say this, what would a run out look like, if any?
Well, I believe this is run out proof. There's no runouts, man.
There's
You
no
know,
runouts. It's
you've got the spot here, which, you know, is a very strong spot if run outable, but the UAV gets you here, and you've got nothing. You can't go over this side because the UAV down here. You can't go here because the UAV gets you here, and you can't go here because this bottom right UAV gets you. You know, it's an impossible run out map. There are several in the rotation, and my
shame,
dreams.
you know, people like Argo, people like Chrome, people like you, they're crying, and I feast off your tears. But looking at this, we see that there is this, you know, charge to pit, which I like. You gain access to power very easily, and I think they're wanting to shut this down right here. Bringing a grenade, bringing for the bar, bringing this charge, and so once they hit power, and once they're able to immediately have access to bomb, it's really just a question of if they send one beach, which they should, can they clear a base pretty effectively, which I believe is, you know, the case. Because if you go here with no one going beach, you're immediately allowed the defenders to have access to base to hit you from this cross, and the castle has no pressure, and they can just start shooting you. So this beach play needs to work if we want to see anything happen coming from the pit team.
Well, yeah, we see Dyer with the Molly. Molly goes out. Good Molly, good Molly. He's got that bob to play off of. But is he going to be too aggressive and peek this door? Or will he just let them push the barb? Yeah, he's playing it safe. For Daxi, though, on the other hand, it's not. The barb goes... Oh, the barb gets destroyed. And he's pushing. He's able to get one. He's able to get two. Dyer is nuts.
No one was watching. They knew he was there.
Oh, then they're nuts.
What a
Dyer's
throw.
nuts. A Daxi here. Dyer is
What
able
a
to...
throw.
Oh, Dyer with the super shorty is able to get the third kill. It's down to Cooper and Tommy. So, 2v5 situation. They're just sort of pushing out Baker here. The Lagros on top of Castle. Not the worst position. But we see him sort of rotating off the barrack side of it and holding the door. Tommy with the saber holding those barracks. So maybe it was a good idea in the end. Coop sending out AP shots, ringing out in the area of Dome. Buck goes out. Coop's pushing in. He kicks the door that Ty was actually holding in the end. Tommy takes out Ty, and it's down to a 1v4. It's basically a 1v3. Dyer is 1 HP at this point. Air could hit him and he would die. But we see Tommy in base.
It's over. Tommy
5 seconds.
It's too late.
3, 2, 1. He hasn't got enough time for bomb, but will he be able to get some kills here? He's getting pushed by Adaxi. Adaxi! 4 seconds. The pistol's coming out. 2, 1. Oh, but he gets killed by Dyer, 1 HP. Lovely round from Dyer.
So, question. You know Dyer is here. And then Flogel and Ghetto both look away. And both of them just get mowed down by Dyer. It's like, alright, okay. Dyer's there, he's pretty low. Photon then pushes him. And it's just like a mix of like, what were you doing? You know? And so Dyer playing that super well, Adaxi giving him some support, which really does matter in the end, and the Beach team being a bit slow really just ends up to a Danger Doodles win. Now we're looking at this from now Danger Doodles are on the attack. They may feel a bit more comfortable. And so Yakuza, they're match point, but they really can't slip up here, or they can just start getting blown over. Looking on Leopard Scepter, we really are asking to see for not the same mistakes to happen again. This Barber is very powerful and can be played off of, and so can this. But if we're seeing, I think we need to see a lot of pressure on this red door, whether that be peeking, run out, using the truck to the fullest advantage. But this this dock right here, with have full sightlines to almost all of the map, needs to be shut down immediately from the side of Yakuza if they want to have this a secure defense. But the one in Silver Farm, the one that may be sitting in office, I do like, and I feel that if they just need to do some chip damage, back off, and allow the other players to do whatever they feel like. I will say though, there is to be a 4 here, so the probably is going to be 4 go green, 1 with a Daxi on the Saber. And at that point, I would be like super good. I would peek him. I would have 2 or 3 players peek me at the same time, shut down that Saber, and immediately your entire focus can focus on the northern side and shutting down anyone that decides to go through here. So looking at the side of Danger Doodles, a lot is riding on a Daxi not dying. A lot is riding on this green push of being fast and efficient. And if it's not, then I think Yakuza can kind of run away with this defense round.
Yeah. Well, Donut, I have a question for you. Or at least chat has a question for you.
All right.
Are you high?
No.
Okay. Chat,
why would you ask?
Chat is asking if you're high.
What?
You're just not hyped enough. You're not
hyped.
You're sounding
okay, you want to know
slow.
I'm not hyped? Because I'm gonna be 100% with you. I want to see, like marbles and Daya going off, with Foom, but instead we gotta watch Adaxi with the Saber attempting to get kills. And while, sometimes it's fun to watch like Adaxi get cleaned on, it gets to a point where like, Ghetto, Tommy gets one.
So yeah, Tommy picks up Foom. And chat, there is your answer. We see Ty pushing here. Ghetto take him out. Oh, but he's able to trade though. Baker taking out Tommy. Really don't know what's going on here. Daxi still outside of Doc is holding M1 with the Saber. Doesn't get much. Baker here with the flash coming out. Hoop with a molly. Goes out. Doesn't do much though. Might spread to slow down Baker here, but Baker passes it. Oh, but Baker gets taken out by Photon. And Coop takes out Dyer. Oh, Adaxi might take out Coop here. He isn't. He doesn't. Adaxi has line of sight of Coop, but doesn't take him out.
I will buy
What?
Adaxi's training course if Adaxi wins 1v3. I am sorry, no way in high hell is Adaxi being able to get through Photon, through Flogel, and through Coop all at once. There it is.
There's the game.
The Angel Doodles are your 4th place team. We have Yaokuza at the 3rd place, and boom, that's just the round, and we are finally ending up. Congrats to Yaokuza. And while it was a bit sad to see, not the full power of Angel Duels, we saw some good plays and some good games out of them. But I think that's all we have for you. I mean, make sure, at 4 p.m. EST in 1 hour around that time, we have the grand finals of Global Breakout versus the Magenta Man himself, the base department. And that's going to be an exciting match that I implore you all to see. So we will catch you just then. And I am Mr. Tetra. Do you have anything to say?
Hi everyone,
That's a no from
Huh?
Tetra. Because no more of you. And we will catch you later.